computer a few times. So it looks like I'm going to be live in a second. And so I've got an itchy nose, so bear with me, all right? Just going to give it a second because there's a circle still spinning. Finally, I had to restart this thing twice. So Wellness Wednesday, and I hope you are well where you are. There's non-stop bird singing today, and it's really, really beautiful. So it's nice to feel joyful when the birds are singing. And I feel really good today, in contrast to the previous 2 days, 3 days, 2.5 days. I felt absolutely rubbish, all energy drained from my body, and I felt exhausted and many other things. But it's interesting because I'm not an expert on energy cycles, but I do know some people who are expert on energy cycles and metaphysics and stuff like that. And those things can talk about how to use waves of energy to support you in your work and your creativity and your decisions and so on and so forth. So I noticed that when I'm feeling really low, as in like low energy, low mood, low tolerance, low everything, just to kind of bunker down, that the next wave of energy is coming and I want to surf the wave up and over. So I've been practicing that this year since it was brought to my attention for myself personally, that this year is going to be a series of highs and lows in terms of energy and productivity, etc. So I embrace my energetic storm and bunker down during my energetic low, as it were. So that's been really interesting. So that's what I wanted to talk a bit about today, was energy cycles, acting on inspired thoughts. I'm going to share a new poem today that I started writing a few months ago, actually, and I just got back to it, just to give you a bit of an update on some book stuffs, and to talk a bit about numbing, because we can all do a lot of numbing, especially when we feel those low energies. It's common to kind of try and numb ourselves out of the uncomfortable feelings as opposed to sitting with them and exploring them. So that's really interesting. I don't know if you saw the moon last night, but it was a humongously beautiful big moon, full moon. And with that, you could kind of feel new energy coming in. For myself personally, I felt like it was May is coming, a new cycle of energy is on its way, and to kind of go with that. So yesterday, it was sad because I had to return some books to the library, and I wasn't ready emotionally to let go of the books that I needed to return because I've enjoyed having them around me. But it was also time to get some new inspiration, because I'll tell you why in a minute. So I managed to find 4 books that jumped out at me. First of all was Paulo Coelho, The Archer. So he is my he's my inspiration and my hero. I talk about him in step 8 of my book. He's the most read author on the planet, after he was 3 times committed to a mental asylum by his parents for wanting to pursue a creative career as a writer. So no one said that they want to incarcerate me lately, so I'm kind of lucky. So that's for personal reading. Then I chose some books for research purposes. So this book is called The Healthy Brain Book, an all ages guide to calmer, happier, sharper you. So I'm looking forward to learning some stuff from that. This book, The Age Well Project. So if you know my book, you'll know that my desire is to live till I'm 107. So this easy ways to a longer, healthier, happier life. So I'm looking forward to some unique insights from this book. And then this book made me laugh, but when I looked through it, actually it's got some amazing content in it. So this book is called Self-Esteem for Dummies. And this looks at identifying triggers for low self-esteem, celebrating your personal strengths, build self-esteem in children. And we can all be victims and of low self-esteem from time to time, and equally we can all be full of ourselves from time to time. So our ego kind of ebbs and flows as much as the energy cycles does. So it's important to understand, which aspects of our own self-esteem are helpful and which ones might be detrimental and also holding us back in terms of our ego, etc. So that's really important, and I'm really looking forward to this book because it's going to help me a lot building the characters for my 5th book. So book number 3 is a children's book. It's a book about a horse who teaches a young girl how to love. That will be ready end of August. Book number 4 is a collaboration with other female women, other females from around the world, and that book is will be out at the end of this year, and it's called Go Get a Mama. So that's book 3 and book 4 taken care of. In my journal last year, I wrote 5 books. I didn't think that I would be writing 5 books in 1 year, but it might actually be the case. So book number 5 is a new idea, and this is where I want to talk acting on moments of inspired inspiration. I've had several ideas for books bubbling away, and my desire was to see which one rose to the surface first. So the idea to collaborate on the book with other mums, Go Get a Mama, came to me, so I jumped on the opportunity to be involved in that, because different perspective from different mums all over the world, on different aspects of life. So I get to contribute to that book with one chapter within it. And the book for the children's book, which comes out in August, that was a poem that I wrote, which was inspired by a conversation that I had with a lady who owned a children's horse magazine. So last February, I ran a poetry competition for that magazine for children, and I wrote a poem, and she loved the poem, and I loved the poem. So I've decided to turn that poem into a book. Now I needed to rewrite it so it could be more a picture book style. So we've done that. So that was a moment of inspired thought to talk to that person about creating a poem. Talking about creating a poetry competition, a nationwide poetry competition, and then sharing that with children all over Australia. So that was really special. And then the moment of inspiration came to turn that into a children's book. And the moment of inspiration came to apply for a regional arts development grant to bring that book to life with 2 regional artists. So each time I have a moment of inspired thought and I act on it, something cool really happens. So with book number 4, the opportunity came up to collaborate on this book themed around mums and go getting mums. And so I wanted to be a part of that because, I can just share some insights and perspective from my life. And then the ideas around book number 5 are really, if you know me well now, you'll know that I've got 2 half-written chick lit books somewhere on some laptops that probably don't even work anymore. So I've always been interested in chick lit, but equally the genre that I have found my niche in is wellness and self-help. So what my inspired idea is to combine chick lit and wellness and self-help into one book. So book 5, I'm researching for that. I don't think it will be ready this year, but I do have lots of ideas, and I am doing lots of research at the moment as to how to bring it to life. And I've created this synopsis, and I'm gathering together a working group of people to help be a part of that. So I'm really excited about that project. Now, that's what I do in my free time. So I don't watch lots of reality television, put it that way. I use my time to write, which I enjoy a lot. So that's really interesting. So this plays into acting on moments of inspired thought and then using those energy cycles, because 2 days ago when my energy felt really low, the last thing I was thinking about doing was writing a 5th book. This time last year, May last year, I was editing and proofing my first book, which is here. Yesterday, when I went to the library for the first time ever, I saw my own book on the shelf at the library. Usually it's booked out. The books that I donated to the library, I donated 3 books and they're never in the library. So it was very nice yesterday for the first time to actually see my book on the shelf, just like a few, next to kind of these books as well, which was really awesome. So I liked that. And it really inspired me. So that's kind of where I thought, okay, book 3 and book 4 are sorted. There's nothing more to do at the moment. They will evolve and you'll just take the steps as it comes. Would it be a cool idea to do this? Okay, how can I do it? Write down the synopsis. What do I need to learn about? What do I need to know? Who do I need to talk to? How can I do it? And then from that, it can steamroll quite quickly, because now I'm acting on a moment of inspired thought about the book, combining self-help chick lit genres together. It'll be a humorous look at women trying to attain wellness in busy modern life. And I think it will be quite fun. So that's really cool. And I'm looking forward to kind of getting into the nitty gritty. And I know it's not going to be easy because it's a different style of book, but I think it will be fun. and I'm looking forward to it. And excitingly, I was contacted by Mouth of Mums this week. They've got a website and a Facebook page, and I put the links here in the notes, and you'll be able to go on and see. And they have invited me to be a part of their May prize competition, and so I've donated 5 copies of my book and 5 slots in my wellness school. So 5 people can join the wellness school for the year and get a copy of my book. So that prize is going to be live today, along with all the many other prizes that they have. So if you haven't checked out Mouth of Mums Facebook page or website before, do so, mouthofmums.com.au. And I'm really excited to be involved in that. So the funny thing was, after going to the library yesterday, I took my daughter and we both came home with loads of books. And then this morning we were a bit early for school. I said, oh, why don't we go to the library? So we went to the library and we were just drawing and colouring and stuff. And then as we walked out, these young kids were doing hand sanitizer to everyone. So you queue up and you get your hand sanitizer. And this little kid said to me, I like your book. And I said, thanks, dude. And he's a 6-year-old kid who's seen my koala book. And it was very nice to be complimented as I was coming out of the library by a 6-year-old about a book which has already been out for 6 months and is kind of just doing its thing. So that was very, very, very sweet. So numbing, we all are prone to numbing. So what are numbing behaviors? Numbing behaviors are shopping, eating, drinking, medicating, bitching, moaning, lots and lots and lots of things could be potentially considered numbing behaviors. So classic example, we just had our long weekend here in Australia, 3-day weekend, and it's common on a long weekend to want to, drink a lot, rest a lot, eat a lot. And on Friday afternoon, I was doing my shopping and I got to the car park, was putting the bags in the car, and I thought, oh, I didn't get any wine. And I thought I could go back now and get a bottle of wine for the weekend, or I could just not bother. And I thought, nah, just don't bother. And then that was on Friday, and then I didn't realize that on Saturday afternoon I would have my massive energy dip. But I did have my massive energy dip on Saturday afternoon. And a few times over the weekend I thought, oh, I just feel like could feel like a glass of wine right now. And I remember distinctly thinking I could feel like a glass of wine right now. But then I thought to myself, no, just have a hot chocolate instead. So I was able to kind of not use alcohol to numb the feelings, because the problem is when we use any pain medication or any substances to numb our feelings, we're not experiencing the good feelings in their true extreme, as well as the bad feelings in their true extremes. And so we're numbing kind of both sides of the coin. So it was with that in mind, I've written this poem, which I actually started writing several months ago here, and I doodle and I scribble and I doodle and I scribble, and then I stopped writing it because I ran out of ideas. But then 2 nights ago I went back to it and finished writing it and restructured it, and now I feel good about it. So I'm going to share this poem with you, and it's called Just Wait. If I feel sad, I'm remembering the bad. When I get low, I can get lost, I know. Am I left or am I right? I seem to lose the fight. It's the words in my head and the emptiness I dread. And when I feel blue, I know what to do. I sit with the feeling, ready to explore the healing. Being mindful to sit still, not rushing to take a pill. I don't want to numb this pain or wallow in misery and refrain. When my body is pure, I will have the right cure to experience life in all its glory, to embrace its joy and its fury. So I know what to do when I feel blue. I sit, I pause, I feel, I wait. I take some time to contemplate my gentle soul, my beating heart. Each day I have a fresh new start. So that's my poem called Just Wait. It's about not numbing. It's about feeling, sitting, waiting, and embracing. I hope you like it. And I'm going to post it in the comments of this live today. So thanks for watching. I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling full of energy. If you're not, be kind to yourself. This too shall pass, and a new energy cycle will come sooner than you think. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.